Hi, it's Addie. Thanks for watching Urban Fitness Twin Cities educational videos. These videos offer you one additional way to stay engaged in your programming and to get the best results and service possible. And that's exactly what we're going to talk about today, is some key items that really need to be thought about throughout the whole process, even though we'll be getting into some more detailed information about your fitness and nutrition program. So let's go ahead and get right into it. So the first item I want to talk about is open communication. And I wrote this at the top because I want you to think about it as kind of like an overarching opportunity for us to be successful. And that leads me to my next point. If you do not already have the main Urban Fitness line saved in your phone or somewhere convenient, please do that now. The number is 651-895-0774, and this number will get you directly through to me. Another contact information that I'd like you to have is the trainer that you'll be working directly with. Issues that you'll want to bring to my attention or I can answer your questions about would be related to your contract or your payment. For example, if you have updated credit card information that needs to get on file, that will come to me. If you're curious about how many sessions you have left in this month, that's something I can help you with. As far as your trainer though, you're going to want to have their contact information accessible because they're going to help you with the details of your program. So say a trainer leaves you with a written workout and one of them you can't quite remember or remember how to do correctly. That's going to be a question that you're going to want to take back to the trainer because they wrote that workout for you. Also, questions about your nutrition, what you should be eating, questions about is this food item better than this food item. That's a great place to talk with your trainer either inside of a session or outside of the session. I would also recommend that when you get their contact information, and if you haven't already, you want to do that on your first session, is talk to them about what are their preferred modes. I would hate for anybody to be disappointed if they shot out an email question on a Friday evening and the trainer only checks their email Monday through Friday. That could happen. So if you guys can just talk about what is the best way or mode for you guys to communicate, then we are already off to a great start. But otherwise, we do really try to work as a team. So any questions that you have, don't feel hesitant to bring them up to any of us. We'll either get the answers for you or we'll direct you to someone who can. Okay, so let's talk about some of these key items that I'd like you to be focusing on throughout the duration of your program. And these first couple are questions that you can actually ask yourself to make sure you're on track. Sleep. I cannot say enough how much this is important to overall health and in particular weight loss if that is your goal. Most people do well on 7 to 8 hours, but I find that individuals tend to know where they're most successful. For example, if they're successful on 7.5, it would be in their best interest to stick as closely as possible to 7.5 as many days of the week as they can. Another tip, if you feel like you are not getting enough sleep, is to set an alarm to go to bed just like you would set one to wake up. I have one that goes off every day of the working week and it says, Addie, go to bed. I try to heed its advice. The next thing is water. So this is also crucial. Every cell in your body needs water, and then when we start introducing fitness, we're going to need even more. So some guidelines would be most women do well with 64 ounces every day. That's the daily minimum requirement for women. For men, it's going to be about 80 ounces. But you personally might know where your best level of water is. And then I would also recommend an additional 8 ounces of water for every 15 minutes that you are active. So if you're working out with us for 1 hour per week, you're going to add an additional 24 ounces that day, 32. And then if you have additional workouts that you're doing on your own or with us, just keep that guideline in mind. 15 minutes equals an additional 8 ounces of water. Next, am I stretching? So your trainer should stretch with you and show you some stretches that are going to be valuable for the strength training exercises that you did that day. We're typically stretching the same muscles that we worked. But you're going to want to add probably a little bit more stretching into your routine, because we often only spend about 5 or so minutes with our clients actually stretching. So if you feel like your body is a little bit tight, or your neck is a little stiff, or your hamstrings have gotten really tight since we've added in all these leg exercises, it's something to take care of, because if we strength train, we're constantly contracting those muscles, shortening them. If we never take the time to elongate them, we're setting ourselves up for injury, and that is definitely not something we want to do with our clients. So we want to make sure we have a nice balance of work, but also recovery, and stretching falls in that category. A couple of other things that will help you be successful would be to schedule out with your trainer as far as you feel comfortable. So if you guys can book out up to 4 weeks or even more, that's a great way to know that you have that consistently built into your calendar, and we can make changes as needed as appointments get closer. But I think scheduling out is a really great way to stay on top of your training. Also, you might want to schedule your own workouts on your own in your calendar if you find that you don't always make time for them. Usually if it's an appointment, our clients stick better to it. Next one, add notes. So this is related particularly to the workout sheet that we're going to give you. When we leave, or even before we go, adding additional notes to that workout pad will often help you remember the exercises better, so that you can replicate them on your own. So ask your trainer, can you add that detail about how I'm actually positioned? They can add it for you, or when they go, look through each of them one-on-one and make sure that you clearly remember the form, the positioning, all of those other details that aren't necessarily written exactly in the workout. That will help you use those workouts for years. And then the last one, this is a great question to ask yourself, especially if you feel like you're not making the progress you want to. Am I doing the homework? And by homework, I mean, these are usually tasks that your trainer and you have talked about together, and they're things that we know are important. For example, a trainer might say, you mentioned that you're tired a lot lately. Is your water up to par? And if it's not, that might be something that goes on the workout sheet that we want to work on that day. So if we continually neglect those important homework items, and we only give homework that is important and something that you need, then we won't get the results that we're looking for. So these are definitely some things to think about throughout the duration of your program. And if you have additional questions about the things in this video or other videos, feel free to give me a call on the main Urban Fitness line. Otherwise, have a very successful week, and we'll see you soon.